more about the main idea. This is a supplemental video to explain better what a main idea is and how to find it. A main idea of a passage is one sentence stating what the author says, containing a subject and a complement. Now, a subject is usually a noun or naming word. It tells what the passage is about. It is also known as a predicate, and it is what the author is saying about the subject. For example, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, or God loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten Son. What is the subject of this? The sentence in this sentence, God is the subject. What is it saying about God? Because it's what it's about. God is so much that he gave his only Son is the complement, because that is what it is saying about God. It's what the author says about God. Take the commandment, thou shalt not steal. What is the subject of this commandment? The subject of this commandment is you, thou. You are the subject of this commandment. What is it? Thou shalt not steal? This is easy and short sentences. Predicate. Since the longer pieces of writing, what you also have supposed to do. For example, talk about the book of Job. Yes, all 42 chapters of the book of Job. Suffering is the subject of Job. What does it say about suffering? It says that suffering comes at the command of God. That is the main idea of Job. Or let's take Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd. What is it about? The subject is the shepherd God. The complement is that he takes care of his flock forever. Or let's take the entire book, the story of Exodus. What's the subject of the story of Exodus? God is the subject of the story of Exodus. He's the one that does everything. He is the subject. He's the one that they're talking about. He delivers his people is the complement. So the full sentence would be God delivers his people. Now, to find the subject, ask yourself these questions. What is the main subject of the text? Don't be fooled by secondary subjects, because there's always other things that are being talked about. But you have to ask yourself, what is the main idea? What is the main subject of what is being said? For example, in Job, the subject is not Job, since the problems that happen could have happened to anybody. Job is the sufferer, but his problems are described only quickly in the first couple of chapters. It is suffering itself that is addressed in Job, not the specifics of Job's problems. In Psalm 23, the sheep
Now,
is
let
the
me make a
subject.
distinction
It's
between
not the subject.
hermeneutical
Why?
and a
Because the
homiletical
sheep
main idea.
are the object.
At this time, we are
It
only
is the
discussing
shepherd
the
God
hermeneutical
who
main
does all
idea,
things for the sheep,
which is the
but
idea
God
of
is the
the
one who is
passage
doing
that
his
we
actions are
are
being
described.
described, not the hermeneutical. Now let me cover a couple of frequently asked questions about the main idea. First of all, people
Hitting
often
the main
ask, is
idea
there only one main
is like
idea of
hitting a
passage?
target
And
with
the
a bow
answer
and
to that
arrow.
is, yes,
We
there
may
is only
come
one
close, but be
hermeneutical
only
main
slightly
idea.
off.
There can, however,
It
be many
requires
serious
homiletical
study
main
and
ideas
skill
derived from
to
a
derive the
single
main
passage.
idea every time from
We
a
can go
biblical
many
passage.
different
And
ways
frankly,
in a
most
sermon,
of us
and
preachers
create many
never
different
fully do it.
sermons, which each have their own main
But
idea.
the closer we
But the
can get
idea
to
of
the
the main
passage,
idea
the stronger
remains
our
the
sermons
same.
will be, because they will be more
Second, does
closely
everybody come up
grounded
with the
in
same
God.